What's up, guys? Today we're just going to be talking about whether or not New World is good. I know there's a lot of difference in opinions, right, about whether you should or shouldn't be playing New World, but ultimately it's entirely up to you. So we're just going to kind of go into some changes that have been made recently within the game, things that maybe are a little bit upcoming, and just overall my opinion. So if you're interested in hearing it, keep watching the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. We're probably going to be getting back into New World a little bit more, so hopefully posting New World content a little more regularly. We do stream on Twitch. I'll put the link down below. But yeah, so I'm just basically going to talk about where New World's at, the state of it, and where it's going in the future. So enjoy the video, guys. Dude, 346 hours. 346 hours is more than like the average person, but you can tell we've taken a big break. I've stopped like fully keeping up with the game. I keep up with a lot of the mainstream updates, and I know that they've been putting so much work in. The devs, I know, are hated. A lot of the game itself is hated, but they have been making like a lot of changes. Really good changes. Still work to be done, but I think the direction New World is heading is the right one. We're not there yet, but like I said, we're heading in that direction. Now, I know it used to be to escape that like that like dodge animation in light armor where you do the roll and there's like the pause at the end and you're kind of stuck for a second, and you know, we found out to escape that you just swap weapons and it gets you right into moving again. But you don't have to do that anymore. They got rid of that little pause, so moving around and dodging with light armor is just a lot smoother, because you can even go in there, still weapon swap. You can go straight in, cancel the dodge, and go to an ability. So that part's just super big for just overall like health and combat smoothness, I guess. It feels really good. It feels a lot better than it did before, that's for sure. A big issue too when the game first dropped was the fast traveling. Azoth was a really big deal. I know a lot of people were pushing for mounts and stuff like that, but it's the game and the map wasn't really created for mounts. It's meant to be walked. You know, there's a lot of work put into the visuals and the audio, and I read into it a little bit, and the devs were saying that if we put mounts in, you spend less time looking at all the hard work that they've put into that kind of stuff, which makes sense. It's the same reason why they don't want a mini map, because they think if we had a mini map, you're just going to be staring at that while you run and ignoring again what's in front of you. I for one love the audio and the visuals of New World. I think it's probably the best thing the game has to offer. It is so beautiful. They fixed the Azoth travel. It used to be if you're trying to either transport what's in your storage, or you know, just going from place to place to go quest. You know, if you had a full inventory, you're looking at 300 400 plus Azoth to get there, and there was only 1,000 cap on the Azoth, so 2 travels and you're fucked. And that kind of made things really hard. So what they did now is like I can go from Reekwater to Windsward with only 10 Azoth. So it's so much easier. It's way more efficient. It's faster. You don't run out, so you're not spending so much money on the Azoth vials and stuff like that. It's manageable. Way more manageable. So that's a huge plus that they changed. Now, a lot of your experience on New World 2 is going to depend on whether you're on a pretty healthy server, like the one I'm on now. I honestly don't know the name. I'll get that to you guys. But it changes everything. Like, I have 2 characters. I've put in a lot of time. I have 1 character on a different server. I was actually just using them for storage when the game first came out. But now I'm like leveling them up. And I think to see a lot of the other changes that New World has made, you honestly have to play from level 1. There's so many different quest lines in the beginning. A lot of the changes that were made affected how you leveled early on, and like the profession quest lines and stuff like that. They made a lot of changes to those early stages of the game, which you don't see obviously unless you're starting a new character. So thankfully I had that character and I was able to experience that, because I am leveling them up on a more dead server, simply because I like having 0 competition when I'm going for resources, because I am just trying to max out their professions. I do have a free server transfer still on them, so I'm trying to max out their professions on one server before I decide to come over to another on that character. The PvP meta still seems to be the Great Hammer and the War Hammer and the Great Axe. I always mess those up. They're very powerful still. There is the roadmap for the year 2. A couple more expeditions are going to be coming out, as well as I'm pretty sure it's going to be this zone up here opening up. later on, which will be pretty cool. More endgame stuff. Gear scores raised from 600 to 625. You can now have all these visible expertises, is what they call the watermark thing. So what used to be called watermark is now your expertise score. Those are all visible because I know before nobody knew what their expertise or their watermark was. So now you can kind of keep track of where it's at. But overall, the state of New World is actually really clean. Very smooth. I still think it's enjoyable. I've always enjoyed it, even through its problems. I think there's people that hate on it that played to level 30 and kind of just stopped. But, you know, everyone has their opinions on a game. I'm just sharing mine. I think it's beautiful. I think it's great. I think they're heading in the right direction, so I'm super stoked to see where it goes. Now, I'm by no means a New World professional. You know, like I said, I have enough time to where I feel like my opinion has a little bit of credibility behind it, but I definitely don't keep up with the game on like a daily basis. You know, at the time of launch, I was an above average player in terms of how much I was grinding, but now I tune in every now and then to see the changes that are made, some updates, but we're about to get back into it and grinding consistently again because I really want to take part in the 3v3 arenas. I'm so excited for those arenas. So to quickly summarize and answer the question, is New World good? I think New World is great. I've always liked New World, again, through all of its issues. I think it's a really good game. I think it has so much potential to be an amazing game by the end of the year. If the developers keep trying, which they are, I know a lot of people say they aren't, but they are. Creating a new MMO RPG like this is a very big task. And a lot of MMOs struggled at launch, same as New World. So I think New World is just going through that same starting phases that every game went through before it, and that a lot of games are going to come through or go through after it. I don't think any of this is new. I enjoy where New World's at. I enjoy the current state. I'm excited to get back into it. I don't think the endgame content is all the way there yet either. That's going to be coming. And I don't think the answer is just by opening up a new zone, because then when you finish that zone, what's next? So we have to figure out what their endgame content is going to be. The expeditions are good, but then you just keep redoing the expeditions. So there's got to be some more things there, and I think eventually that's going to come out. But again, overall, I think New World's great. If you already own it, I think you should give it another shot. If you have been trying it again, leave your comments and tell me what you think about it down below. Again, don't forget to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'm going to try post more regularly. I know I keep saying that, but YouTube scares me. But we're trying not to be scared anymore, because eventually we just have to start posting videos, right? So I appreciate you guys. If you have any comments about New World, leave them down below. But just don't be fucking rude, okay? Love you guys. Stay dirty.